as well. By learning a few key concepts and taking the small steps necessary, you can ensure your retirement goals are reached. We've all heard it said you must take big risks in order to have big rewards. But what if you could earn stock market-like returns without any market risk at all? Indexing is a powerful strategy to avoid market risk by participating in the gains of the market but not suffering any of the losses during the bad years. Think about it. Your account will never lose money no matter what the stock market does. Let me show you a quick example. We'll compare an account that is invested directly in the market to one that is indexed. The hallmark of indexing is its ability to eliminate all market risk by implementing a 0% floor so it doesn't lose money even when the market goes down. When the market goes up, the indexed account captures the gains up to the cap, in this example, 12%. Another year of market loss means the indexed account is shielded from that loss because of the 0% floor. In essence, you sit out the bad years. If the market increases 8%, you achieve all 8% because you haven't hit the cap of 12%. Another bad year, you guessed it, you don't lose any money. By avoiding losses, you are never playing catch-up. Here's the actual performance of the S&P 500 since the year 2000 if $100,000 was invested. Now look at the difference in the account balance if we just apply the floor and cap strategy. The difference is staggering. Indexing is the key to tremendous growth without market risk. Conventional wisdom promotes the idea of an average rate of return. Let me show you why that number is almost meaningless. Understanding the difference between the average and actual rate of return could be the difference between living the life you always dream of or barely making ends meet. For example, if we have $10,000 and earn a 100% return the first year, we end up with $20,000. Then we have a 50% loss, another 100% gain, followed by another 50% loss. Average return is calculated by adding up the losses and gains and dividing by the number of years. In this case, 25%, which sounds great, doesn't it? But wait a minute. We started with $10,000 and we ended up with $10,000. So what's our actual return? Well, we didn't make any money at all, so our actual return is zero. Now, can you see how average rate of return is almost meaningless and why a broker could say you averaged a 12% return, but your actual statement shows something quite different? Have you ever considered it may not be the size of the nest egg that matters the most, but rather the cash flow that nest egg can generate? Most brokers concentrate on building that nest egg as large as they can. After all, that's how they get paid, right? But that large nest egg, is it all yours? Remember, you haven't paid taxes on that nest egg, so a lot of it belongs to the IRS, and they get to decide how much they keep by determining your tax rates. Because the vast majority of people who save for retirement save inside pre-tax plans such as 401ks and IRAs, they have deferred their taxes, believing they will pay less tax in retirement. So here's a question. In the future, do you believe taxes will go up, go down, or stay the same? We all might have our own opinion on that, but the Congressional Budget Office has already answered that question for us. Not only do they say taxes must go up, but they must go up substantially. They did a study based on the government's current debt situation, which concluded that with no changes to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, the lowest tax bracket would have to increase by 2.5 times in order to sustain those programs. Here's the really bad news. They also said that the 25% bracket would rise to 63%, and the highest bracket, 39.6%, would need to rise to 88%. Can you imagine 88% of your nest egg going to the IRS in taxes? That's a risk I'm not willing to take with my life savings. Now let's see the difference these strategies make using real-world numbers. Here, John takes the conventional approach which most people use,